Welcome back to my channel, guys. Elijah's playing the game as always. You want to get off Fortnite and say hello to the viewers out there?
So
That'd be great. So anyway, as promised, I told you guys that the next video would feature Ilijah. So I kind of wanted to bring him in, like I said, we were going to follow the whole journey, not only from a mother's point of view. I kind of wanted to get you guys more in depth with Ilijah. He's currently still in chemo treatment, so he's a little tired, so do apologize, But anyway, so
that is giving me a headache.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to give you a headache with the lights, but this is how they can see us clearly. So I wanted to kind of bring you to the table, right? Just to talk about your experience with all this. I know when you went viral based off of your senior ball. And, I post pictures of you here and there, and I say things here and there, but I kind of wanted to get your take of how everything was going. So, like, in the beginning, when, you first found out that this is what was going on, like, how did you feel about that?
I don't know. I think you took it harder than I did.
I think so too. I think I took it really, really hard. Like, what was your thought process though? Like, were you like...
It didn't really hit me. It didn't really hit me till the day of the biopsy, remember? Mm-hmm. And then I couldn't stop crying. But even then, it still hadn't, like, fully hit me. Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't know. Once I got in the hospital and, like, got changed and all that, everything became, like, surreal.
It became a reality, right? Like, it was just like, okay, this is
But
real.
even then, we didn't know
what was really going on.
Yeah, because we had to wait for the biopsy. Right.
So, like, do you remember what you said to me on the ride home the day that we found out that you had a tumor in your left femur? Do you remember? You don't remember?
I don't remember anything. I don't. When I got back from the Bahamas, that surgery, I don't remember nothing from that.
Really?
Nothing.
So we'll get into it with that, guys. That'll be another video, but let's talk about... Okay, so with this whole experience, like, because you started out, you were in your junior year in high school when all of this, came about. Like, how did you feel like the community changed towards you, or how school changed towards you, like, in the sense of, friends?
I was never in school my junior year.
Well, you were in school, but you were more out of school
for the first half, but then, like, around February,
you were out a lot, right? You were in chemo. So how did you feel like your friends, like, did they change towards you, like, when you were in school? Because I can remember, like, when you were in school and, like, your hair was gone and, like, your facial hair was gone. And so you kind of felt like, I don't want to go to school like this. I don't want people to, like, single me out. Like, so how did you feel being in school like that? Right, and you were in a wheelchair. Right. So, like, how did you feel, like, when it came to that?
I don't know. I made not a lot more friends, but, like, a lot of people that didn't know me was, like, saying hi to me and asked how I was doing and stuff like that. But I was still around the same people. I didn't go to school a lot, so when I went, it was basically, like, first block I had Mrs. Lasher class. And I would just sit in there talking to Miss Lasher, Ryan, and all of them. And after that, I would go sit in, like, my counselor office for, like, the rest of the day. I wouldn't move.
Because you didn't want to be... So, like...
It was that, but it was more of, like... I was tired too. Like, I shouldn't have been in school anyway, but I was going because I wanted to go.
Right. So, okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about your chemo regimen. We're not going to speak in names of what chemo regimen you were doing, but let's talk about how it made you feel. Like, when you first started chemo, like, how did it make your body feel? Like, how did it change you in ways of, you being active, you being this athlete versus when you started doing your chemo treatments? How was that different?
I honestly don't remember. I know it was bad, but the one chemo that we did, the one that we do every, like, 3 weeks or whatever instead of doing it twice, that one sucked. And it was like, I think it's more like being mentally strong, but, like, physically, like, your body hurt, it aches all the time. You could get nauseous. I didn't get nauseous that much, I don't think, but you get nauseous. Stuff like that, and then having to pee every 2 minutes.
Right. You couldn't stand when they woke you up out of your sleep to go to the bathroom.
You gotta pee a certain amount. And then it make your pee change colors, and then that just, like, grossed me out too. So.
Do you remember when you first got chemo and the ice cream? So the day he got his port accessed, or the day he got his port put in. Look, right there in your orange cup.
Nah, that one got no flavor.
The day that you got your port put in, he started chemo treatments that night that he got his port put in. And during the course of the night, he wanted ice cream. Elijah loved ice cream. Well, he ate so much ice cream that night that he never wanted ice cream again. He like completely turned himself off to ice cream. So and with that being said, talk about how it changed like your tasting. You know what I mean? Like with different things.
I don't know. I get a lot of weird cravings, but I don't know. When I first did chemo, I never wanted to eat. Remember, I had lost like 10 pounds in like a week or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to eat nothing because it make your mouth so dry and nothing tastes right. Even if you put something like, I don't want to say like wet, but like if you put something cold like in your mouth and then like water or anything, nothing tastes right. Like you can't drink water because like even the water feels dry inside your mouth. So it's like I ain't eat nothing. I ain't want to drink nothing. Mm-hmm. But then you get like these weird cravings. Like you want something certain, you don't want nothing else. Mm-hmm. So then once you eat that, I mean, I guess like you're okay. But like I just got like weird cravings for everything.
So they can see you. Right. Okay. So. All right, so in speaking, about that, tell me the ways that it challenged you. Like I said, because before all of this happened, you were very athletic, always going out, always doing things that normal teenagers do now, young adult, do, or adult, I should say. Oh my God, really? You know what? I can't. So, how did it change you mentally? Let's talk about the mental portion of all of this. Like, because you've been really, really, really strong in regards to handling everything that has come your way. And I want to know, and I'm sure that everybody else out there wants to know, what was your thought process? Like, how did you maintain the positivity level so well in going through everything that you've gone through?
I don't know. I never really, I feel like I say this a million times. Like, I never really took it as, like, a bad thing or, like, something that I should have been afraid of or something like that. So, it wasn't hard to stay positive. I mean, if I'd have been negative about it, I would have, like, I'd have made it worse myself. I'd have, like, hated everybody and hated everything that was going on. So, and I never really, like, I don't like a lot of attention.
Right.
What like, something like this, I get a lot of attention.
Right.
So, it's not like, me pushing everybody away won't help everything. So I was just like, you know what? Hello, hi, everybody. Like, and I don't know. It's just, I just had I'm always positive. I don't think like, but it is a lot to handle. But I mean, it's nothing like, I don't think it's too much.
Could you give, like, per se, somebody else that may be going through something that you're going through, battling, different things? Can you give them a word of advice, like, to help them get through it? Like, what would you say to them to help them stay positive or stay upbeat? Like, a little advice that you would possibly give to somebody else out there.
Talk to people. That's what I struggle with, like, the most. Like, the first, like, maybe like it's been a year, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like maybe like the first couple months, like 7 months or whatever.
Right.
I never told anybody how I felt. I never told you. I never told anybody that asked. I told them I was okay.
Right.
But I always felt like I couldn't say anything because nobody will understand.
Right.
So, even if I did tell you and I tell you how I felt, the most you can say is, dang, I'm sorry, I wish you wasn't going through this. But you would never, you can never, like, not saying that, like, what you're saying is not helpful, but you haven't experienced it.
Right.
So you won't understand it. But I feel like if I did talk to somebody, maybe, like, it'd calm me down in the moment or something like that. But I chose not to talk to anybody. But, I mean, it hasn't affected me in the long run, but I feel like other people, like, definitely talk to people.
So talking is a very big step out there, guys. So if you are going through anything and it's challenging for you, we suggest that you talk to somebody, because it definitely can help. And from a mother's perspective, like he said, we, looking from the outside in, we can't understand how they feel because we're not going through it. We can be there for them physically, mentally, they have their own things that they struggle with daily with going through any portion of this. And I can't even imagine what he goes through on a day-to-day basis. I can only feel how I feel as a mother. So, I definitely do understand how you feel about that. And I definitely think that that's great advice to definitely talk to somebody. So looking back on all of this, because like I said, I know a lot of people see, the little odds and ends, and, they see pictures that I post of you and they always see you smiling. Like, so, that's always a great thing. But we never talk about those down feelings that you have. Like, do you ever find yourself at any moment in time where you're feeling like just a little bit down, or, you just feel like you just want to cry?
But I never let anybody see it. But
right.
A lot of the time, I always think of it like this: if nothing would have happened, where would I be at now? Like, I wasn't doing like I was as average as they come. Like, I was a normal kid doing what normal kids do, and I was on the right track to like go to college,
right.
I had a job,
right?
So I was doing what I was supposed to do. So that makes me wonder, like, what would have happened if nothing had happened.
Right.
But like, if I could change it, I wouldn't though. But like, it's weird. It's like a blessing and a curse at the same time. So it's like, I wouldn't change it, but I would like to know like where I would be if it didn't happen.
Right. What if? So what would you say your biggest challenges are right now? Do you have any challenges? Like, do you find yourself facing different things that you're like, what, this is a challenge for me. Like, how do I get through this? Or, what do I do to get better at this? Like, okay, so let's talk about your surgery, because, you had to learn how to walk all over again. Let's talk about that challenge. Like, how much of a challenge was it for you to have to learn how to walk all over again?
It was like physical challenges though. I don't like mentally, like I wanna be able to do things. Like, I having surgery on my leg. When was that? Last year, May, June. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't do nothing the whole summer. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I get back, I got back surgery. Mm-hmm. Couldn't do nothing again for another summer. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I just want to be able to live my life. But now that everything's like happening again, like, it's like I'm going through what I went through when I first got diagnosed. So I'm again restricted on what I can do and what I can't do. So like, I want to be able to go off and go to school, but I can't do that. I want to be able to. I can't even walk normally. Like, just like, I'll see somebody walking, like, dang, I remember when I used to do that. Or when somebody running or playing sports, like, dang, I remember when I used to be able to do that.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I took a lot of things for granted, but now you see, like, anything can happen to you at any point in time. It's like, right. Dang, like.
It's humbling, right? It's a humbling.
Yeah, but like, then again, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, dang, what did I do to deserve this? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, I wasn't the best kid by any means, but like, right. I don't know. You gotta be a special kid
to get through it, right? Yeah, right. That's why he is my special kid. Like, so let's put this out there for everybody, because I genuinely want you to understand how much you inspire me as a mom and how much you encourage me. I think, us finding out about all of this was a challenge. I think it was a challenge for all of us. But the way you took it all in and the way that you live your daily life is an inspiration to me. You've taught me how to have like that humbling experience, and you showed me that there is nothing that I can't do. You know what I mean? Like, I can remember always watching like commercials, you see the little kids and, they're in the hospital, and you're just like, oh my God, what would I do if that was me? Like, I would never be able to do it. At least that was always my thought process, So I couldn't at that moment ever imagine how I would be able to handle having a kid with cancer. So when all of this came to terms, I think in my mind, I was just like, how are we going to get through this? Like, how do we push forward? Like, how are you going to do? Are you going to fall short? Are you going to be stressed out? Like, how do we get through? But you made it so much more easier for me as a parent to help you get through it. You know what I mean? Like, you gave me that force that I needed. Like, you gave me all of that ammunition that I needed to be a better person and to help you. You know what I mean? Like, and we have our moments sometimes, you know, where, you know, we cry together, and I love that because I don't ever want you to feel like you have to hold everything in.
To say that in front
Listen,
of them.
it is okay. And I want everybody out there to know that it is okay. Because sometimes our kids hold things in so much because they want to be strong for us. But they also have to know that they have a right to have their feelings and show their feelings. It's not okay to bottle it all up, because then that's when they go into, you know, this turmoil within themselves. So it's okay to show and express your feelings. That doesn't make you any less of a man to show your feelings.
I mean, it's not that. It's like, I don't know. It's
Do you
it's
see
like,
this, guys? While we're trying to do this video, he is into, you know, I'm not understanding.
It's weird though. Like, it's different for me though, cause
Right.
like everybody. So I've like established in like everybody's mind that I'm like this big, tough, strong person that can handle a lot and everything. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, when I can't, I don't want nobody to see that. Like, I'm like, I don't know how to explain it.
You are the prime example of what exactly what it is that I'm trying to say. It is okay. See, and I feel like you take on way too much because of that mentality. Like, you take on so much.
But I am a strong kid. But like,
yes,
when
you
when I'm not strong, it's like I don't want other people to see that, because I'm already this big, strong person in their mind.
But for your mom, you don't have to be that. For your mom, you have to be who you are. You have to be able to express your emotions with your mom. It doesn't matter about everybody else, because everybody else is not here to help build you up. Do you understand? So like, it's okay for you to have to show your emotions, because you don't have to be that big, strong person. Like, that's what you have a mom for. So you have to allow me to have some of that burden on my shoulders, and you not take on it all by yourself. That's why you have a strong support system. You have a strong support system to show you that you don't always have to put the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's not what it's about. You have enough to go on just based on everything that you're going through. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I want you to understand. So I know this video is kind of long, guys, so I'm going to try to conclude this right here. Any questions that you guys have that you guys want us to talk about, let me know. Put comments on, subscribe to the channel, and we'll have another sit down with Elijah with all of your questions, concerns, anything else that you want, you know, to be the topic of conversation. We are in tune with getting back with you. So please feel free to leave questions, comments, anything that you like, and subscribe to the channel. Later, guys. Stay blessed.